Let's learn how to make this beautiful, luxurious hair butter that is able to promote your hair growth, revive dormant hair follicles, and also help you tackle with your scalp issues. I'll be using this herbal oil I've infused for months. When I say months, I mean months. This is so thick, so dense. If you are new to this channel is all about natural DIY ingredient that we use to promote hair growth. Yes, hair growth can really dwell on herbs, and in this video we are making ourselves a very simple DIY hair butter using only shea butter and Ayurvedic hair oil. If there's something you're interested in, do well to stick to the end of this video. I'll be showing you how I turn this into a beautiful hair butter for my hair and also my edges. So with the start of it, I'll be using this oil instead of normal extra virgin olive oil that I usually use. I wanted it very infused. I wanted something that is highly concentrated in herbs, something that will really work for my hair. So this was the oil I went in for. Yes, I didn't want any dilution. I just want this specific oil. Our main ingredient here is shea butter. Guys, you know that shea butter is very moisturizing, so that is why I wanted to use shea butter. So before we start, I get my container ready and then strain some of the oil. You know the oil is mixed with herbs, so I have to strain it and then before I can use it. So I strained enough, like half of the container, before I could use what it was. The whole point is to solidify this oil, not just solidifying the oil, to make butter out of this, including hair butter. You can just make butter out of this oil, but I wanted to have the benefits of shea butter in this, so I needed to include some shea butter as well. So this oil contains rosemary, hibiscus, fenugreek, neem powder, moringa powder. In fact, any herb you can ever think of, like any herb you can think of, is in this oil. Yes. So now that I have it ready for use, now it's time to infuse your butter. So you making hair butter, it just like the name calls for itself, hair butter. It's just butter that you need, and then you need something to make it solidify. Some people just use shea butter and then infuse it with the herbs, allow it to melt and cool down, and then they are done with it. But then also you can use this method that includes adding a certain ingredient I'll be adding to this very soon. So this is my shea butter. It's not very much, it's just enough. Too much of it will make the hair butter too hard, and too little will also make the hair butter too runny or too soft. So you have to gauge it so that you get something in between. So I was aiming at something in between, not hard, not soft. Yeah, something that my hair will actually absorb quickly. So if the hair butter is very soft, intermediate, it's going to absorb it very fast. So the whole point is to melt everything and make everything into a liquid form. Yes. So I just added my shea butter and then melted everything down so that it converts into a liquid form for me, so that I'm able to add certain ingredients that I want to add. So once I have everything in like this, I then use the double boiler method. I wanted to use this container, but this container doesn't really do well with fire or heat, so I needed to transfer this into a glass container just so I could put it into the double boiler method so it melts for me. So it's nothing, transferring this is not really a big deal. I just wanted a different container that will not harm the container itself. Yeah, this is beeswax. This is something that is able to combine the solidify the oil very well. So if you use beeswax, it's going to combine or solidify the oil very well. Yes. So this is something, if you use too much, you're going to spoil the quality of your oil or your butter. You have to make sure that you use it in a range that is okay, not too much and not too little. If you use too little, it's not able to do the work. But when you use too much as well, it becomes too much for the hair butter. Yes, so I just added just a few. This is about 1 gram. Yeah, I didn't want it to be too hard because that is what solidifies it. So this is me transferring the hair oil and the butter into this glass container so that I can put it in hot water, then it melts for me. If I use the same bowl, I'll not get the results that I need. That's why I use this glass jar, because it works better like that. Yes. So guys, why are we making this hair butter? The hair butter is something that becomes essential in our hair journey. Yeah, as you go on, you need something to seal in the moisture for you. So hair butter is something that I always recommend. It becomes very essential in our hair journey. So it's not all the time oil. It's not also very recommend it, because me, I hardly use hair butters on my hair. Yeah, I don't like their thick consistency. If I use anything, I'd rather use a moisturizing hair butter, something that contains water, so that it's able to moisturize my hair. But if I don't have something like that, I just like to use oil, so that, I mean, if you use hair oil before, you know how it works for your hair. Yes. So I transferred everything, and then I did a double boiler method. This method is very important because you need the hair butter to mix the oil. I've seen people just mix it straight away, but I don't do things like that. And aside that, because of the beeswax, you have to make sure beeswax melt and then does the work. If you want to mix things like that without melting it, then you don't need to add beeswax to it. I hope I am making sense. Yeah, I hope you are getting this concept. Yeah. So at this moment, my kettle was already on fire. I just wanted to put the hair butter in the kettle. Yeah. That is why I transferred it. And even aside that, transferring it into the kettle is very easier. And please note, I'm not pouring the oil into the kettle. I am just putting it inside the hot water, so that the heat in the hot water is going to transfer into the butter. Yes, and then it's going to melt it for me. So I left it there for about 5 minutes, because it was on very high heat. I turned it on as well. So in the next few minutes, everything dissolved. Make sure that everything is well dissolved before you allow it to cool down. Yes. So this is everything. Like, it was very hot. You have to be very careful, because if it is very hot, you are going to burn yourself. And this is oil, hot oil. You know what it means, yeah. So you have to be very, very careful. You can see a few beeswax in it. Yeah, I think you can see a few beeswax in it dancing in the oil. But then anyway, I just allowed it to sit, because there was still some heat inside the oil. And when I allowed it to sit down a while, you notice that the beeswax disappear. Now it's time to transfer it into the container and allow it to cool down. Yes. If you don't have patience like me, just put it in the freezer. But if you have patience, just leave it there, and it's going to cool down nicely. So this is me adding peppermint oil. This is very optional. I just wanted this peppermint feel after I apply this on my scalp. And peppermint oil, it has this minty feel, like it burns on some little burning sensation, which is also very, very good for the hair. Yes, I like the mint aspect of it. It gives a soothing sensation. So now, after adding my peppermint oil, if you have anything else to add, like fragrance, you can add it. Some people like to add preservatives to this. For me, I don't add preservative, but it's very optional. If you think that your hair butter will be exposed to water, you can add preservative or antioxidants like vitamin E, so that it's able to still keep your hair butter fresh, even if it comes into contact with water. Yes. So after here, I just rushed and put everything in the freezer so that it solidifies. After 15 minutes, this is the result. I want to put it back inside so that it hardens a bit more, but this is the result. I love it. This is like a hair balm, and it works so well. So guys, let me know if there's something you'll be trying. Let me know in the comment section if there's something you try. If you are new to this channel, please do well to subscribe. On this channel, we share basic DIY recipes you can follow to grow your hair. I hope you like this video as well. Till next time, bye.